Could PayPal be your next investment opportunity? Let's talk about what you need to know before you invest. This is not financial advice, and you should always do your own research. Before we delve into the fascinating details of PayPal's journey so far and what could lie ahead for their future, I'd like to remind you to like and subscribe to this channel and let me know in the comments below any stocks that you want me to cover. And if you're considering making any investments, check out the link in the description below for some freebies to get you started. Now let's discover why PayPal may be a stock that you want to keep your eyes on. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have heard about PayPal before, and many of you have probably even utilized PayPal. But just in case you're watching this and you've never heard of this company before, PayPal is an American but multinational financial technology company, and it was founded in 1998. They now operate an online payment system in the majority of countries that actually support online money transfers. And basically, they serve as an electronic alternative to traditional paper methods. PayPal has now become one of the world's largest online payment processors and has been deemed as being revolutionary in the way that we think about money transfers. PayPal's journey has actually been pretty interesting, and there's been a few notable milestones along the way. They were acquired by eBay in 2002, and they became the default payment method for them. This acquisition was pretty important for PayPal, honestly, and it really helped expand PayPal's user base and solidified its position in the online payment industry. However, in 2015, PayPal decided it would spin off of eBay and actually become independent once again. Today, PayPal has over 435 million active accounts in over 200 countries. And they are operating as a global online payment system supporting online money transfers, allowing both individuals and businesses to send and receive funds. And this happens across a wide variety of payments and across many different currencies. So you can already start to see just how big the scope is for PayPal. Now, you may have interacted with PayPal in only a few different ways, but actually they have quite a variety of different services. And you can see in this photo that I've included here, PayPal is actually a really popular payment option across many different continents. Now let's think about some key metrics that you should know about PayPal. They have shown impressive growth over the years in a variety of different areas. For example, their expanding user base, now numbering in the hundreds of millions globally. And actually, when I was researching for this video, I learned that the rise in the number of PayPal users is set to be fairly consistent between 2022 and 2026, with an average annual increase rate of about 2.4% and an overall rise of 9.9% over that 4-year period. Of course, we can't actually say with certainty what's going to happen, but a lot of people seem to think that the growth is there. They've also shown a consistent revenue growth, with a revenue growth year over year of 7.67% and an expected growth of 8.25%. Now, I'm getting these figures from a platform called Seeking Alpha. I will leave a link in the description. If you use my link, you will get $50 off or the equivalent in your country and a 7-day free trial to make sure you like it. Whenever you're thinking about adding a particular stock to your portfolio, you really have to think not only what has already happened to the company, but what is aligned for the future. PayPal have many aligned catalysts actually, and one of them is their own stable coin that they have, which has the ticker symbol PYUSD. This highlights the company's focus on actually leveraging cryptocurrency and blockchain technology to further transform the global payment sector. And with this, they could significantly expand their margins, especially when it comes to cross-border payments, and help position them very nicely in the fintech space. Additionally, they have partnerships with various merchants and international expansion plans for the future, which again are crucial catalysts for further growth. And then we have to think about what has recently been happening. This isn't for the future, but these changes are definitely going to change the future for PayPal. And that is that they've had a big reshuffle on their leadership team. The prior staff were somewhat underperforming, and it was really clear that PayPal actually just needed a complete leadership 360. So in the last 12 months or so, PayPal have completely overhauled their C-suite executives, and actually they now have a new CEO. They're also shifting their internal organization and increasing investor transparency, which obviously, as potential investors into PayPal, that is very good. Staff layoffs have also been happening and may even continue to happen, which again does improve margins. And of course, No investment is without its risks. It's just about weighing the risks versus reward. I would say from my research that the biggest risk seems to be the competition in this space. The competition in the digital payment sector is really quite fierce. There are many different options out there. You have innovative companies like Square, but you also have the traditional banking that are also vying for market space. Alongside this, you may also think that regulatory challenges and cybersecurity could be a risk factor for PayPal. Now, I think the last thing to highlight here is just how PayPal is really quite tied to the economic situation. In economic downturns, consumers obviously spend less, and that could lead to a decrease in the transaction volumes that PayPal actually see, which could then lead to decreased revenue. We have to remember as well that each competitor that PayPal has will have their own unique strengths and weaknesses. So when we're thinking about whether PayPal is a good company to invest in, we do have to consider the potential competition from companies like Square and Stripe, but also don't forget about those traditional banks as well. When we think about Square, which I should actually call Block as they're now named, we have to remember that they have a vast range of different products, and a lot of those products actually overlap with what PayPal offer, particularly in mobile and point of sale payments. They also have a Cash App, which was a direct competitor of PayPal's Venmo. Now Venmo have actually separated from PayPal. That's not so much of a consideration. Because of this fierce competition, PayPal's percentage of the market is actually decreasing. But because the market itself is expanding, their revenues are continuing to increase. Now thinking about the overall sector and the trends. In my opinion, I would always rather invest into a sector that I see a lot of growth for in the future. And I think this sector that PayPal operate in is exactly one of those. The digital payment sector is growing significantly and it's growing rapidly. And this is driven by trends like e-commerce, the rise of mobile payments, and of course just the general shift that people are making away from cash. And we did see that this sector really started taking off during and after the pandemic. So this suggests a very promising future for those competitive companies that can really capitalize on this. When we look at PayPal's performance over the past 1 year, we can see that they haven't done too well, down by about 21%. And then when we compare that to the S&P 500 index, we can see that they significantly underperformed the index. And this is the same picture when we look at a 3-year period as well. When we expand this to a much larger time horizon and we look at a 10-year period, we can see two things. One, PayPal has actually returned positive returns to those shareholders, but number two, it has still underperformed the S&P 500. Again, that was all on Seeking Alpha, link in the description. PayPal, ticker symbol PYPL, may now actually be presenting a really big opportunity because it has fallen so much from its all-time highs. Of course, please do your further research before investing. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts on PayPal. What do you think about their future prospects, and is this a stock you have in your portfolio? Stay tuned for the next video. But until then, keep analyzing and keep investing. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe.